What's up guys, in today's video I'm going to teach you how to beat every course in I think is the fastest way possible. So it goes through Overpass first, then we'll go to Easy Street, and then finally we'll go through Corkscrew. So first things first, let's go over Overpass. Overpass is kind of simple. So there's two major-ish skips, it's basically the two biggest skips here that allow you to get, and I've done this before, sub 20 seconds on this course. So I'm going to show you both of the skips. So the first skip is right at the start. It's literally right here. So let's say you're starting a race and you're waiting for the red thing to go down. You just want to start like here. You don't go that way, but launch off the side like this instead. Because there's no checkpoints on this curve, and the only checkpoint on the curve is over here, you can just skip the entire thing. The second skip is over by the actual overpass. So I'd say right about like here, near the peak of the overpass, you want to launch off and either land on this or just in the general area near this checkpoint, since that's the next checkpoint after the one right at the start of the overpass. So you're basically just skipping this entire turn, and it allows you to gain a massive amount of speed once landing. See, sub 20. So now that you know how to do Overpass relatively quickly, let's move on to Easy Street, my personal favorite. Alright, so Easy Street, this one has two big skips to it. This is what I found to be the fastest. I have a screenshot if you're meeting sub 10. It's not easy to get sub 10, but I have done it before, so it is what I think the most effective path on this route. So I'm going to show you the first skip. So the first skip is literally at the second checkpoint. It is right there. After the turn, it is the second checkpoint. So what you want to do here, and this is going to set up for your last skip. You see this like churn right here? That gets to that checkpoint over there. You're going to skip this churn. So what you're going to do is you get enough speed in the U-turn, and you're going to fling off like the edge and go straight into the checkpoint. So it's going to look something kind of like this. This one is kind of hard, but it does set up almost perfectly if you do it right. That's it. That's the entire skip. The next skip is at the last checkpoint right before the finish. What you're going to do here is just launch off that edge and straight into the finish. Since again, no checkpoints between this entire area until the finish, you can just go straight to it. So it's going to look, I'm assuming you already know how to do this because it's pretty intuitive, but in case you don't, I'm going to show you an example right here. You want to like launch off and just go straight to the finish. The turn is useless. You just kind of do that. That wasn't too bad. That's the Easy Street. So now we're on to the longest course in the map, Corkscrew. This one has two major skips, but one on the first Corkscrew. Actually, no, it has three. It has three major skips. The first one's on the first Corkscrew, and the last two are on the last Corkscrew. So here's the first one. So the first one, what you do is you come to these crates right here, and instead of going around and up the Corkscrew, you just climb up the crates. So it's gonna look something kind of like this. It's pretty self-explanatory. You're just gonna stop here, launch up the crates, turn up, and boom, you're at the next checkpoint. That's it. That's the first skip. The second skip is the checkpoint right after that one. So at this one at the top of the part. What you're gonna do, instead of going around the Corkscrew again, you're just gonna jump onto that crate and go straight to the next checkpoint. Honestly, this one's kind of negligible. You can just not do this one. I don't think it'll matter too much. But I like doing it because I think it's fun. So it's kind of negligible. I'm not going to show it because, again, you don't need to do it to get a good time. But if you want to look cool, go ahead and do it. The last skip is literally at the checkpoint right next to the one that you just skipped to. So like the last skip, you just skip to this one. The next skip is at that same checkpoint. What the heck? What you want to do is, because again, no checkpoints, you could just skip right down to the bottom like floor. You can just go straight down to the checkpoint over there. So literally all you can do is take your board and jump off. That's it. That's such an easy skip, and it saves you like a good 5 seconds. It's so funny. Well, here's what it's gonna look like. course, and then you just finish from there. Boom! See, you can get pretty good time with this. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, and comment down what your favorite course is. Mine personally is Easy Street because it's easy. And that's it for today's video. See you in the next one. Bye bye!